Well, happening now, we are taking you live to New York City, where the 9/11 Memorial will be a focal point for many tomorrow. You're looking at the reflection pools now sitting where the Twin Towers once stood. Tomorrow marks 20 years since the terrorist attack that forever changed the United States. In the weeks that followed, the country took a hard look at air travel, with many fearful of another attack.
But a group of 1,000 Oregonians looking to prove to terrorists that we would not live in fear flew across the country on what they call the Flight of Freedom. And they also wanted to reinforce that Oregonians love New York.
Well, joining us live this morning is Sally Borey. She took part in the Flight of Freedom and is the author of the book, Oregon Loves New York, a story of American unity after 9/11. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Do this right.
There you go. We'll
We will
pop
show
you
the
up full
book,
screen
yes.
and make sure we can show that for people who want to get it, and because it is just such an inspiring story. First, tell us just what made you want to be part of that Flight for Freedom 20 years ago?
A sense of shock and a sense of pain that that this had happened. Even if you weren't in New York, America had been attacked, and everyone wanted to help, but there weren't a lot of ways that you could help. Initially, people gave blood, but then it turned out that there weren't very many survivors. So giving blood was not something that was really helpful. You could give money, and people did that. But these organizers in Portland, who were people like Shodazono, who at the time was the head of the Portland Chamber of Commerce, Elaine Franklin, who is a political strategist, and at the time a Republican, Lynn Bergstein, who was a Democrat, Jack McGowan, who was head of Solve. Many people got together and said that we want to give people a way to show that they're not going to live in fear. And so they put together this trip within 2 weeks of 9/11. So they announced it on the 26th, and it was $379 round trip from Portland or Redmond or Eugene to New York. And it included 2 nights at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. So this was something that many people could afford to do. And we all wanted to help New York in some way. And so that's why people signed on for this trip. And I was just like everybody else. I wanted to help. And the organizers had felt that they would be fortunate if they could get 150 people to do this. That's Mayor Katz, who led the trip.
And I just want to get in there as we see Mayor Katz. Mayor Vera Katz, she was a native New Yorker. She came to the West Coast from the East Coast, so she actually grew up in New York and was a Holocaust survivor. So how much do you think the fact that she was mayor helped drive this trip?
I think it helped a lot. And the organizers actually really wanted her to lead the trip. But it took her a number of days after she was asked. She wasn't there right at the beginning when they were organizing the trip. And the reason that it took her so long, well, not long, but a few days to decide if she would go was because she had arrived in New York almost 60 years to the day that this trip was going to leave, as a child fleeing the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. And when the World Trade Center got bombed, her safe place in the world was shattered. And it was an emotional journey for her to be able to face that and go back. And she was also very afraid to fly.
Wow.
And so she really decided moments before they announced the trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, many people were afraid to fly. That was one of the reasons that they put this trip together, right, is that to show the rest of the nation and the rest of the world that the terrorists weren't going to make us afraid. So Oregon really came forward.
That's right. I mean, I have a friend who actually was evacuated from Battery Park City, which is right across from the World Trade Center, and was had gone through a lot of trauma, but was going to become the president of the Women's Jewish Lawyers in Manhattan at the end of the month, her father wouldn't come over from New Jersey
Wow.
because he was so afraid.
Well, Sally, real quickly, I mean, it is such an emotional thing for so many people, and even 20 years later, you know, people who either lived in New York, had family who were connected to this attack. We all remember where we were that day. What is it like for you now on this 20th anniversary to think back on the attack and then also on this flight of freedom?
I feel very, very strongly, and it's the reason that I wrote the book, that what Oregonians did was an incredibly courageous thing. It's an important part of American history, 9/11 history. A lot of people don't know about it. And I look back on it, the more I look back on what Oregonians did in this time of real fear, the more important I believe it was. And so that's kind of my major takeaway right now. And nobody else, no other community did this. Many people contacted Show DeZono afterwards, many communities, and said, this is such a great thing, we want to do it too. And nobody else pulled it off.
Yeah,
so
Oregonians certainly led the charge there in helping restore that sense of safety. Yeah. Well, Sally, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
Very quickly.
People came together from across political boundaries, color, race, religion, and they came together, and our country's so divided now, but this shows we can do it.
Yeah, it is an interesting time to have this, you know, anniversary and that look back coming up. Well, Sally Bury, the author of Oregon Loves New York, A Story of American Unity After 9/11. Great to talk with you today, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with us as we approach this anniversary. And a reminder, if you do want to get Sally's book, we'll have information for where you can find that on KOIN.com. And please join us tomorrow on our sister station, KOIN 6. Tomorrow on September 11th at 4:30, a special presentation, 9/11 20th Anniversary, We Remember. We'll take a look back at that day with stories about heroes, victims, and survivors. Again, that's tomorrow at 4:30 on KOIN 6.
Well, look, one little piece of trivia about how Oregonians stepped up after 9/11. Not only did we do that Flight for Freedom, but the